Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from the Lost Isle Zoo here on the ZAWA Together server. If I sound a little groggy, if I sound a little weird, it's because I'm sick. I'm currently sick right now. Actually, I had to call in a couple days off work here. It's, I don't know, I think I got like the flu, to be honest, I think is what I got. And so it's kind of taking a lot out of me. But you know what, here I am. I'm here to do a little bit more building. Now, speaking of building, what are we going to do today? There's one exhibit here that is kind of something that always bugs me because the animals despawned in it. And they weren't my favorite animal anyway because they killed me a couple of times earlier in the season. And I want to kind of do a little work over there actually, and that would be the boar exhibit. Okay, now this is over here across for the emperor penguins. And I had boars in here before, but they've all since gone their own ways now. I don't know where they are. I'm tempted to renovate this exhibit. I think I might do that today because, like I said, I'm feeling kind of groggy. I am spent on energy right now, so I'm going to try to keep this episode kind of short and sweet, but we'll get back to this in just a second because last week we built the Taken exhibit. All right, now the Taken exhibit, Taken, I still don't know how to say that. I think some of you in the comment section did actually specify, and I'm a big old da-da-da and I kind of forgot already. We built this exhibit, the Taken exhibit, whatever it's called, and you guys dropped some names down in the comment section, so we got to go name some of these animals. Okay, I have 4 Takens, or Takens. I think they're Takens. I think that's how you pronounce it, actually. I have 4 of them here that I need to name. And you guys, I only have 3 name tags, because I learned how to count. Counting is tough sometimes. And you guys did a good job down in the comment section, leaving names for these. The most requested name, actually, was Giving. Okay, Giving was requested by Captain Astral, as well as I'm going to butcher this. Mahir Gujar? Gurjar? I don't know if I said that right. I am so sorry if I said that wrong. But yeah, Giving, because these are called Taken, Given, Giving. Yep, derp, derp. I get it. It's a good pun. I like it. Okay, and then the other names are all going to be contributed by Star Nanny, because she listed a bunch of them, actually. And there weren't too many name suggestions in the comments on the last video, so we're going to go with Skiddo, which is, I believe, a Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of like a goat Pokemon. And then the next one, we're going to go with Jimmy. And that's because, oops, that's a little too many M's there. That's because that was the name of the goat that ate dynamite in the Andy Griffith show. And then for the last one, we're going to go with Billy, because, you know, Billy Goat. Like, these things are basically like big cattle goat things, so that's why. So big shout out to Star Nanny for naming those 3. All right, now I have no idea if these things are going to attack me or not. I mean, they're probably not going to be too thrilled that they've been trapped inside of these cages for God knows how long. But I don't know if they're going to attack me or not. Let me get my hotbar ready here, and we're going to release these guys into the pen. There we go, and I'm going to have to grab my escape route in case I need to. All right, so first one here is going to be Giving, and we're going to drop this guy right here. Oh my god, these things are actually really big. They sound crazy too, but there's Giving. He's been added. These things look crazy. All right, and then the next one is going to be Skiddo. Skiddo, there you go. Welcome to the zoo. It looks like they're relatively calm to me being here, so that's good. This one here is going to be Jimmy. There you go, Jimmy. Welcome to the zoo. Let's move around here so I can get at this without aggravating you guys. You turn around like, where'd that cage go I was just in? And then this last one here is going to be Billy. All right. Oh, he's a little guy. He's a little baby. Welcome, Billy. Look at, he's adorable. Okay, he's so cute. That is so adorable. All right, so there, the Takens have been added. Voila, welcome to the zoo. Okay, but back over here, we have this exhibit, all right? And it's not being used because the animals have despawned. This was the wild boar exhibit, and I don't like it anymore. So I'm probably gonna tear this all up, and then we're gonna have to start fresh and go find an animal that I have in my chest over there to kind of smash in here. Alright, there we go. Got the whole place gutted. It's back to being just an open chasm now. So awesome. Now I can actually get to work on replacing it with a new exhibit. Something where maybe the animals don't despawn and I don't have the horrible, painful memories of remembering that they murdered me at one point in time. But before we do that, check this out. I got the sunset coming in right here where you can see almost everything. Hold on, let me actually fly over there if I can. And I'm going to take off. Blue is actually currently on, but it looks like he's taking off right now. It looks like he's gonna take meds, take a nap. Yeah, he was recently in a car accident, so he's kind of recovering from that. I guess we're both kind of recovering from stuff right now. So, but yeah, look at that. Look at that. There's that nice scenic view of the island with the masts and stuff, which now have the rigging done on them. It's just that I need to get the sails finished. So I'm working on the boat. I'm making progress slowly but surely. But look at this. Doesn't this look fantastic? I love this view, especially when the sun is setting like this. Oh, look at that. We had a dolphin jump, too. Oh, he's trying to escape a shark. Okay, I see why. But yeah, I love this view as the sun is setting. It looks so good. All right, so I've been looking through my chests here, trying to decide which animal we should build for. And I think maybe we'll make a porcupine exhibit. I think that'll work out for that. I don't think they can climb out of there. So it's not like I need to make it a full enclosure, like a sealed enclosure. So what if we made a African crested porcupine exhibit? Now, I gotta admit, I don't know much about these. I don't know where they reside. I don't know anything about their habitat, so I am going to have to look it up real quick. But yeah, we're gonna make an African crested porcupine exhibit. Get your thinking caps on for names for these little spiky guys. Boy, I gotta admit, I did a little bit of research on these things, and I didn't come up with much. I got the location of where they are, you know, but they kind of live in, like, Italy and also in Africa. And they don't really, like, on the Wikipedia page, you go to Habitat, and it says they lives in Italy, and that's it. And then it shows a picture where it also resides in Africa. It says, oh, by the way, it also lives in these countries, too. And it doesn't actually talk about, like, the actual habitat of where it lives. It just, here's the countries they reside in. Okay, so, you know, being somebody who is not from those countries, I have no idea what the terrain is like there. So I don't know what kind of, like, biome they live in, or the temperament of the climate that they live in, or none of that stuff. I just know that it's Italy and other places in Africa then. Now, obviously Italy's not in Africa, but it doesn't tell me anything about, like, the land that they live in. The forest, do they live in a forest? Do they live in a desert? Do they live in whatever? I found these guys in the desert. Okay, so I'm going to probably go with something like that. Maybe I'll do like a Badlands kind of feel to these things. Maybe, I'm guessing that's probably the best way to do it. So small trees, maybe something for them to climb around on, and a whole lot of, like, sand and dry, arid environment. I hope that's the right biome. I don't know. Wikipedia failed big time on that one. They didn't actually tell you what the habitat was in the habitat section. But all right, so if we're gonna do this, let me start off by grabbing a bunch of dirt, and I'm going to reshape this a little bit to raise it up a little bit more and back, so that then there's a little elevation change in this exhibit, and it's not so boring. But I don't know. Let's also raise it up a little bit right here too, just a little smidge right here on the edge, right in front. Okay, now that we got the elevation changed here a little bit, let me go back in the ground blocks here and grab some grass. Do I want to grab grass, or do I want to grab sand? If I grab sand, I'm going to need to grab more sand. Actually, you know what? We'll start with grass. We'll coat this area with grass, and then I'll punch some holes in and put a bunch of sand in here as well. Okay, I have the grass put in place, so now I just got to go through and punch in spots to put a whole bunch of sand, because I do want to make this seem kind of dry and arid. I might even sprinkle in either red rock, or it's going to end up being like the same terrain as what I had in here for the boars. I could have probably just left it. Either red rock or terracotta. I might throw in even granite would actually work too, but I'll probably put in a little bit of red rock in here as well too, so make it seem a little dry and arid. Okay, I think that's good enough right there. Didn't have to do too much there, just a little bit of sand and a little bit of red rock, and we're good. We're golden. Now, what's my fail-safe block to put in here whenever you want to make it look kind of dry? Coarse dirt. All right, now coarse dirt actually works in, it's like the Johnson's grass of blocks though. Johnson's grass works in absolutely everything. So does coarse dirt. So I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of coarse dirt in here as well, and that should be the final block that we have in this area. Voila, we got some coarse dirt added in here now. Awesome. All right, good. Now it's time to move on to vegetation, the bigger stuff though. So I do want to put a couple of, like, small tree-like things in here, so that, I mean, we don't have a lot of space. It's inside of a cave, but I want to put down a couple of, like, tree things in here so that they have something to climb around on. For that, we're gonna need the wood backpack. Now, what kind of trees should we do? Probably, I mean, fir might look pretty good because it looks kind of dry. I might go with fir. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Let's pick this up here. My inventory looks horrible right now, by the way. Let's actually put a couple of these things in here. Maybe like one there, and maybe one right here. And that'll give them a little something to climb around on, actually. Now, I don't want to put too many trees in here that you can't see the porcupines in, so I think that might be good enough. Let's just keep one more up there. And this one can remain a little shorter one. So, all right, so that's good enough for the logs. Now, I'm going to have to add some foliage on top of them. Now, as far as a dry, arid environment, obviously the brown birch leaves that I have are probably my best bet. But I don't know how many of them I actually have. Bat backpack, help me. I don't have a lot. I have just over a stack. So let's do this so I can actually get up here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of build a little top to this tree here, almost like a Minecraft style kind of tree, actually, like a mini one. All right, yeah, it's built correctly. I just think it looks too Minecrafty. It doesn't really look that great to me. So let me get up here on this one. See if we can design this a little different. Didn't mean to do that. I have silk touch on almost all of my tools, so I can just kind of take any one of them and pick it up like it's a pair of shears. Just it doesn't go through the blocks very fast. Let's just drop that down one. Like I said, I'm trying to get this a little different look than a vanilla Minecraft tree. See, like that looks pretty good. I don't mind the way that looks, actually. It looks pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. This one looks really simple, but it's also a slightly smaller tree, so maybe it's not that bad. All right, so the trees I think look fine. Now, I'm running out of these things big time, but what we can do is we can add in a couple of little shrubs. Now, if this is going to be in an arid environment, I have to be kind of stingy on these shrubs. Like, I don't really want to do a lot with them. Now, I also have to consider lighting. Lighting is another thing I have to think about, because these torches right now are lit up in here, but when I remove them, it's not going to look that great. So maybe I'll focus on that now. I'll remove these torches, and then I'll also put down some shrubs or bushes where I can hide some lighting. Okay, there we go. Like I said, it's nothing fancy. It's because this doesn't have to actually be anything fancy. This is supposed to be small little bushes dotted all over the place. And with the hidden lighting, it kind of lights this place up pretty good so that you can't really notice. You don't really notice them. And I was kind of careful as to make sure that the glowstone was tucked that way so that when you're looking at the viewing area, you can't really see them. So yeah, I think that works out pretty good. Now, I think it's time to move on to vegetation, but before I do that, after I stuff my face with chicken, before I do that, I'm gonna have to, one, take a nap because creepers be creeping and it's getting dark out there, and two, I need to organize this. My inventory is a disaster. Okay, significantly better, a lot better. All right, now I'm gonna keep these here because I'm gonna probably just, I could just dot them in right now, but I'm gonna probably dot those in at the end of the exhibit. But I need to open up the plants backpack here because we got to get some stuff out of here. Like dead bushes, I'm thinking are going to be an important one because there's going to be a lot of dry area. I am running out of, oh, I have some desert grass right here. Okay, I'll grab some desert grass. I would like using dead grass, but I just don't have a whole lot of that stuff. So I can't really use that. What else can you, Johnson's grass, you know it's going in here because it fits with every single exhibit of all time, everywhere. Reeds, maybe. I'd have to put them near water, but I don't really think there's going to be a lot of water in this exhibit. So I don't know if that's going to work out too well. Dune grass, that's probably a good idea too. I think that only goes on sand though, so I'll have to sprinkle that in on the sand. Let's start with this and see what kind of damage we can do with this then. We'll start with the dune grass. Alright, that's probably plenty of dune grass. Sprinkle this stuff all over the place. Let's switch it up to the desert grass now, and I think this can go on, yeah, on dirt and on grass as well. It doesn't have to just go on sand. I think it can go on just about anything except for the red rock. Red rock it doesn't work on, so I'm going to sprinkle these in here periodically throughout the dune grass. Alright, and then the Johnson's grass. Now, Johnson's grass can go absolutely anywhere. Love this. This is by far the best plant in the game. It doesn't go on red rock, though, so there is one downside to it. Let's stick it right back there in the back corner of the exhibit, as well as maybe one like right smack dab up in front here. I think that looks pretty good. All right, now the dead bushes. The dead bushes are going to go sprinkling in all over the place, kind of make it seem like this place is a little arid and dried up. I can't put them on the grass, so we're not going to be able to put them there, but that's okay. There's still plenty of places they can go. All right, I think that's it for the plants here. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to mat down some of this grass, put in path blocks instead, because I think this looks really good for making it seem kind of like an arid area as well. So I'm going to quickly knock that out. Okay, I'm thinking that's probably pretty good. I do want to leave some grass in here, though. And speaking of, I actually need to go through now and grab some bone meal and start growing some of this grass in. Not a lot, though. Hold on, let me grab my shears here too. I don't want to grab a whole lot of this though, and I'm good if there's not many tall grass in here, because I don't think that's going to look very good. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to probably trim this down a little bit and see if we can't get some short grass put in here. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. All right, let's grab some buttons here. We're going to sprinkle these things in too, just to make this look like it's got some stone pebbles all over the place. I don't really want to do too many of these, but just, yeah, the occasional one here or there I think will be fine. It's probably good enough the way it is right about now. Alright, so got the stone buttons put in place. I think this is basically a done exhibit. I think so. I mean, we could try to look to see if there's any kind of flowers that might go in here, but I don't think there's many flowers in the desert, so, you know, we might just skip the flowers this time around. So, all right, I think this exhibit is complete. We're going to put I'm probably not going to put all five. I think I have 5 African crested porcupines. I think I'm just going to put like maybe 2 in here. So if you guys could, down in the comment section, leave your best African crested porcupine names, that would be very much appreciated. But alrighty, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this episode up. It's going to be probably a shorter one just because, like I said, I'm not feeling very well today. Feeling woozy, got a headache. It's not good. It's like the room won't stop spinning. Body aches. Oh, there's a hole right here. Look at this. I just realized. Hold on, wait. Before I wrap things up, I gotta fix that. Fixed. All right, that was on accident. I even found that place. But yeah, I got a headache that it just won't go away. It's like it hurts to keep my eyes open. Staring at the screen for too long here is kind of an issue. So that's the reason why the episode is gonna be a little shorter. No time lapse, no fun stuff like that. But I did get the exhibit built, so it's a little bit different than what it was before. I like the little trees put in here. What do you guys think? Does this look like a nice little exhibit for some porcupines? I want to know. All right, I'm gonna go. I gotta edit this still and then get it up for you guys, and then so that you guys can watch it. Then I'm gonna go rest a little bit because man, that sucks. Body aches. Ugh. Like I said, I think it's the flu. So. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here, so thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of ZAWA. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button before you go. I'm going to go take a nap. I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of you, or have a good weekend ahead of you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.